Halo 5 was all about hunting the truth, finding the AWOL Master Chief and bringing him to justice. Well, that wasn't quite the story we got, but I'm going to discuss a lengthy theory and many different theories as to why Halo 6 may be the next big hunt with completely different context, with Master Chief being the galaxy's biggest bounty ever, not just to humanity, not just to the UNSC, but literally every species. We're going to discuss some wild and crazy theories that may just make you shit your pants and change the way you look at Halo's next big game. It's going to be a fun one, guys. Let's get into it. Now, if you haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe and stay tuned here on HaloFollower because we have tons and tons of awesome Halo news and content every week. So please join us and hit that bell notification to be extra notified on stuff. So let's get into it. Hunt the Truth. Y'all remember that, right? It was a major marketing campaign for Halo 5 and had the character Benjamin Gerhard, a war journalist, finding the truth behind Master Chief and uncovering disturbing conspiracies that, well, in many cases turned out to be true. Although Halo 5's campaign and cutscenes lacked the feeling and action of a true hunt, something that we would expect after a very fierce, amazing marketing campaign like Hunt the Truth, we may still see an extreme hunt in the next Halo game, once again pursuing the Master Chief, and as well as many other heroes. We spent the most part of Halo 5's campaign hunting down the Master Chief through Agent Locke's perspective, and it's undoubtedly going to be different next time, right? So today we're going to discuss how Cortana will try to actually locate Master Chief and her tactics, and how ultimately the entire galaxy of every species like the drones, the brutes, maybe even the Legolo and the Ungoi, and maybe even humanity, and every army that can actually space travel may be seeking down Master Chief, including the Infinity as well as other Spartan 4s. This might be the most wild rat race we've ever seen in any movie or sci-fi series, so please make yourself comfortable, take out a cup of coffee or make some tea, and let's go ahead and get into this. It's going to be fun today. So Cortana is going to be hunting down Master Chief, and I'm going to explain why. Cortana has already attempted to manipulate John in Halo 5's cutscenes, but also the gameplay. The dialogue proved that she was willing and has already tried to psychologically manipulate and twist John's mind. And if she's willing to do that to him, the person that she probably cares more about than anyone else in the entire galaxy, she is more than likely going to do that and has already started to do that to billions in living populations, right? Is that theory too out there? This also suggests that she will do propaganda, alright? Manipulation of the media, subconscious thought implementation, subliminal messaging that people won't even consciously know about, things that will make people change their mind about the situation, interrogations into commercials, changing the militaries in certain ways, having complete dominance and control over culture and thought processing and everything else. Changing culture slightly a day at a time could be incredibly harmful to many civilizations as well. Public executions, scare tactics, and as presented in her opening message, straight up threats. Now picture this, she might say, "Do or die. If you're military, then I will let your people starve to death. I will stop shipments, I will stop the weather from acting in a certain way, I will stop you from getting food and the essentials that you and your population need to survive if you don't find the Master Chief. Find him or you will be burned. Find him or you will have the most severe, unforgiving consequences." And her heart might be in the right place. And of course, this will be very anxiety-inducing for many populations and many species and many humans. Whether you're just a civilian or you're in the military, you've pretty much lost all your rights and all your control and are at the mercy of the AIs that are right in front of you, like the AI that have already betrayed humanity and have surrendered to Cortana for quote-unquote eternal life, which may be a lie, but we talk about that differently and more in a different video, so I won't get into that. But whether this is the logic plague talking from Cortana, whether this is an emotionally damaged or corrupted Cortana, or just an ego-inflated Cortana, it really makes no difference to how dangerous and desperate Cortana may be to be getting her goals accomplished. Let me ask you, what do you think she would do? How far would Cortana go to get what she wants? Well, look at how far she's already gone. Of course, dedicating a few Guardians to seek out Master Chief may be effective as well, so let me remind you, she's already killed probably thousands, hundreds and thousands of humans as well as other alien species to rise the Guardians up above the ground. How far else will she go? How many lives will she take for, quote, the greater good? And how will that affect the plot and the story in Halo 6? Now, consequently, in this context of Halo 6's probable story, the Infinity would also be hunting down Master Chief as well, but for different reasons. Now, as far as we know, the Infinity did escape Cortana's clutches, so they're on the run. And of course, the Infinity isn't searching for Master Chief for riches, or because of the threat of Cortana, but simply to reunite and to have a game plan with John, right? It just makes sense. To have a game plan with Agent Locke and to get the Spartan Force together and any other notable allies to help take down Cortana. So the Infinity, although they're not going to be hunting down Master Chief in the, what you would expect for a bounty, they probably will still be, looking around real frantically these 6 months or 9 months or whatever to find the Master Chief. Now, at the end of Halo 5, Thomas Lasky says that they're on the run, right? Until they find a way to fight. And this makes me wonder, how can they fight back? Well, one of the most important pieces to solving this crazy mess that we now have in the galaxy is obviously Master Chief, with him being a very powerful Spartan, very experienced person, a Spartan too, but also having an emotional bond with Cortana. He is a very important piece in this puzzle. The fighting back line is important though because it implies what is already obvious. The Infinity isn't giving up without a fight, but first, they need a weapon. And so now we're going to talk about step to step what may happen in Halo 6. We're going to get back to this fighting Cortana. On April Fool's Day, 343 Industries stated that Master Chief would be on a Halo ring, and why most of the joke was about Battle Royale Halo, as well as this portion probably, I think that, just maybe, that it may have been pointing to something that we haven't discussed very much of. And even though that this whole thing was a joke, I still think that it has some value as far as speculation goes. The very last we see of Halo 5 is this Halo ring turning on, and we've speculated so much as a Halo community here on HaloFollower. We've overthought this so much about how this ring might be a part of Cortana's plan to use it. But what if this is actually just a teaser for Halo 6 and where it may take place? I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, it's not completely out there. I mean, Halo is about Halo, right? The Halo rings. So what if they actually go there? That isn't too crazy to think of it, right? and what if Cortana doesn't even know about this ring quite yet? We don't know when this is. We don't know if she actually turns the ring on in the lore. We just, quite simply, we don't know yet, and all we have is speculation. And as far as this April Fool's joke, and as far as them saying Blue Team and Master Chief is on the ring looking for a weakness in Cortana, the Battle Royale stuff, the membership, it was absurd, and it's a joke, right, obviously. But Master Chief with Blue Team doesn't sound all that crazy for Halo 6's story. And I'm just being completely honest there. In addition, the series itself is called Halo, and since Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5 haven't paid much attention to the rings themselves. And although we got that teaser in Halo 4, it'd be really nice to wrap up a lot of these problems that we've seen in Halo 4 and 5 in Halo 6 on a Halo ring, right? Because the series itself is called Halo, and the series itself has always been balanced on these Halo rings and the awesome nature of them, right? For this ring, I'm actually particularly excited to see what they're going to do with it. It's a new ring, so at least as far as we think. So, where will they go, and what problems will crop up? I can't wait to find that out. With Halo rings, we can literally see any kind of alien life. Anything could be there. Some mysterious foreigners, some geological changes that we just look beautiful in sci-fi, some foreigner technology that may be very important for advancing the story and plot, new species that we may come along with, more nature creatures, maybe some wild moa, and limitless kind of biomes, jungles, deserts, snowy mountains. It's unlimited. And I just want you guys to think about that. Where will they go? What will they see? And that's really exciting to see and to think about them going on this ring again. You know, about Master Chief setting feet on another ring, right? With that being said, I think that the most likely beginning of Halo 6 will occur sometime after Halo Wars 2. You know, and I say that for a couple reasons. Firstly, because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense with the consistency or the pattern of the Halo games with Halo 6 being between Halo 5 and Halo Wars 2. And plus, it would be like a big spoiler because we know that Cortana is still in control of the galaxy, at least in control of the Guardians by April 2nd, 2559, which is about 5 to 6 months after the end of Halo 5. So that would be a huge spoiler that the heroes didn't actually do anything. Even before playing Halo 6, we would already know that our heroes failed here to an extent. And we also know this because Anders is stopped by a Guardian on April 2nd, 2559. That's how we know. But what happened during these 6 months then, right? Do you guys have any ideas? I mean, we have theories, but right now we have nothing concrete, so we only have speculation, as most of this video is obviously speculation. So it's possible that the Infinity has been jumping around star systems, right, during this time, during October 2558, to, you know, April something, maybe summer of 2559. They have been fleeing from Cortana. They've been running away from these Guardians, obviously, because one EMP blast will knock the Infinity out for good, probably. And they are undoubtedly organizing an offensive, right? They need to find a way to fight back, right? Thomas Lasky is probably working with the Spartan force that are on the Infinity, right? And I know that was said during the April Fool's joke that 343 posted, but that also, again, isn't so crazy to think. I mean, they're Spartan force and they're pretty damn powerful. Why would they not fight against Cortana? And why would they not train? All right. So recruiting with others, these Spartan force may be building a rebellion based off the Infinity to eventually launch some attack against Cortana or even the Flood, depending on what happens and how the events spiral out here in the galaxy. For Master Chief, Arbiter, Dr. Halsey, and Agent Locke, it's possible that they have gone incognito, maybe along with Spartan Palmer, you know, hiding from the militias, hiding from the armies and the Guardians that are probably searching for them. You know, that rat race I was talking about, the big hunt? They're probably on every single wall. You know, their image is probably plastered, find these, you know, quote unquote traitors. There might be some really crazy, bizarre propaganda out as to why Cortana is searching for the Master Chief. So that would be very interesting to see how Cortana convinces people and changes the story from the truth that she just wants to find him. And you know, the irony about this too is that if she does find Master Chief during this great big hunt along with all these other species, if they do find Master Chief, and if they do lock him up in a Krypton Ball, and if Cortana has chosen to use the Halo Rings to destroy everything, literally all these species, thousands and thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of soldiers will be looking for Master Chief, which would ultimately, if they succeed, destroy all of them. Because she will fire the Halo Rings to destroy the Flood, but she won't fire them if Master Chief is out there, and she would kill him too. It's just not going to happen. And I think one large piece of evidence that might back all of this up is that 343, at one point in time, had planned for Chief to be cloaked with a brown cloth in the Halo 2013 trailer, the one that we always talk about so very much, that may actually have him on the Halo ring that we see at the end of Halo 5. Which, by the way, you know, him being in a cloak makes no sense. No sense in the context of Halo 5, but it makes so much sense for the context of Halo 6 and the theories that we've discussed today. What do you guys think? Am I onto something? Am I completely missing it? Let me know down in the comments below. I am dying to hear what you guys are thinking about this. If you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe. I know it's like not the end of the video, but I'm just reminding you, you know, if you've enjoyed it so far, let me know. And also be sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell. So for all intents and purposes, Chief is the biggest target in the galaxy, potentially, and yet may be the only one that can actually stop Cortana. He, along with Blue Team or others, may be searching for foreigners. Yeah, living foreigners. Or specific Foreigner technology that may lead them to finding real Foreigners like the Didact, for example, and may actually, uncover the truth about Master Chief having a connection with the ancient Foreigner that originally fired the Halo rings with 343 Guilty Spark, the ISO Didact that we have discussed so very much in the past. And it may actually somehow give Master Chief a connection, some kind of advantage to facing Cortana and getting her out of the domain. And this is super exciting because the Librarian gave Master Chief these gifts, and we still don't know what the hell these gifts are. We know that Master Chief can't be composed, but what other stuff does that imply? What abilities does Master Chief have? What things does he have that no other Spartan, no other human, nothing else in the galaxy have? Maybe even Foreigners don't have. I want you guys to think about that because I really have no idea, and it's so exciting to think about. But one of the ways that Cortana may have a weak spot, a chink in her armor if you will, is on one of the infamous Halo rings. Now that may be something special and even unknown to Halo lore as it is right now. We really have no idea. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. But there might be something on the Halo ring that could help the characters advance and somehow help them with the, big war ahead with Cortana as well as the Flood. Assuming we see old characters like Blue Team and Locke and so on, we may see two different teams extracted onto the Halo ring and branch out to find some source of Cortana's weakness. Hopefully it's mainly Master Chief here that we see from the perspective, but they may actually face Prometheans here and Sentinels, and that would sort of give him a place that would make sense if 343 really wanted to make them return. But with them being on the Halo ring, really anything's possible here. Realizing that Cortana's a threat, the Banished may actually decide to fight back. And we know last time we heard that they are on the Ark, and they may discover weaknesses in her, which may cause a potential team up with the Infinity and the Banished. And I think this would be kind of funny, but also it would be very frustrating, I'm sure, for the Spirit of Fire if they were forced to team up with the Banished to fight the Flood, to fight Cortana, and to ultimately save them all. With all these problems going on, with Cortana searching the Master Chief, with the mass propaganda that may have been going on for many months, maybe even up to a year, this is there's some really crazy turns that Halo 6 could take, right? Do you think any of this is possible? Let me know down in the comments. So how would they defeat Cortana, right? How will they actually do it? I mean, she has the control of basically all Foreigner tech. I mean, forget the Janus key. She is living in the Foreigner tech, essentially. I mean, she is controlling it, right? She has hundreds of AI that have turned against humanity, that have completely flipped the boards. Everything has changed, and it's been months, by the way. After Halo Wars 2, Awakening the Nightmare is probably when I think Halo 6 will begin, alright? Probably within 3 months after the Flood have returned, right? Which would mean that Halo 6 would begin its story up to 11 months after Halo 5. Now, it could simply be 9, but I think no less than 9 and no more than 12 months after Halo 5. And, I mean, even 6 months is a long time, but almost a whole year of the galaxy being controlled by Guardian Sentinels, maybe a month or two of it being infested by the Flood. I mean, this is a really shitty situation. And by this time, after June 4th or so, the Flood have probably begun to make plans or have already started preparation and maybe have already done it to spread out from the Ark, to infest many Banished and UNSC soldiers, which we already know has happened, but have deployed waves, deployed little seeds to several colonies, to several planets, 100 planets maybe, while left defenseless, right? These planets and civilizations have no defenses last time we checked. They have been taken down by Cortana. The defense systems have been eradicated, even by the created, right? There's really just nothing that can stop the Flood from taking over planets in probably a mere week, right? These Guardians are so powerful, but they cannot take out the Flood. And we actually did a poll about this the other day, actually like a month ago, as to, do you guys think the Flood can actually, take down the Guardians, or can the Guardians actually defeat the Flood? And we had crazy amounts of votes. Could the Guardians defeat them? And we had almost 20,000 votes. 40% of you, 46% of you saying yes, 28% of you saying no, and 26% saying not sure. And I'm here to say that I'm pretty confident that the answer is no. These Guardians were meant to police galaxies. They were not meant to take down the Flood. The Prometheans were purposed to take down the Flood, but not these things, right? I mean, what are they going to do? EMP blast them, right? Although we don't know the full potential and the full powers of these Guardians, it seems that most of their ability, most of their, tech relies on space travel and EMPing, and that's more or less meaningless to the Flood. So anyways, guys, what do you think about that? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now, we asked the question, how will they defeat Cortana to start off this segment? Well, the most powerful weapon in the galaxy are the Halo rings. Maybe even the Guardians, right? And maybe other foreigner things we just don't know too much about. But these Guardians are so powerful that they can actually take out other foreigner tech. Maybe other Guardians. So perhaps the best way to defeat a Guardian is another Guardian, right? And if they can do that, if they can take out these other Guardians, maybe they can release the EMPs that have been placed on colonies, which would give everybody a fighting chance against the Flood. That's the first step, right? But as far as Cortana, how would she be defeated? Well, I don't think we could just throw a nuke at her, right? I don't think it's like a bad guy like the Didact. Obviously, she's in the domain, right? She can't be really defeated by weapons, bombs, and strategy. But rather, she might be snapped out of something, right? An awakening, a realization, a snapping out of her craziness, whether that be the logic plague or just her new crazy ideas about everything. And she might just stop being evil, right? And I think it would have to take something drastic for that to happen. Death on a mass scale, her losing the war against the Flood, realizing that she just can't stop them, spreading of the Flood, or even the death of Master Chief, or even someone unexpected, right? Like Dr. Halsey, which is in a sense herself and her mother created by the Doctor's brain tissue. And I know she called her a monster in Halo 5, but what does she really think? Is that how she really feels? And how can we get the old Cortana back, and can we do it before it's too late? But of course, it may not end as easily as that, because by that time that Cortana snaps out of it, if she does, it may be too late to stop the Flood. Anyways, guys, how do you feel about all this? Any additional theories to add on? Any disagreements here? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know down in the comments below. I want to hear it all. So it is also completely possible that our heroes don't actually stay on this Halo ring for the whole duration of the game, if ever at all, right? Nothing's confirmed, right? So John and the others, I think, are more than likely looking anywhere that might provide them a way to stop Cortana and the Created. Anything that could, assist them in this mission of theirs, and this saving the whole galaxy, if you will, especially with the, added on stress of the Flood coming in, right? Well, they might actually choose something, a theory or some kind of mystery or something that might seem a little bit outlandish to go to, because, when things are desperate, you're going to pick desperate things. You're going to make desperate decisions. And so they might hear or might suspect something is at Planet Reach, right? Yeah, the Reach planet that we all love and know that was glassed by the Covenant years ago. But one theory suggests that they might actually go to Sword Base and are led to a place called Metherilion. I probably butchered that, but that is the capital of the Foreigners, or was. In Halo Fleet battles, a Sankili named Ro Baroratami searched for this capital and believed that all he would have to do is locate a certain Foreigner artifact or special ship on Reach, and he would be delivered to this location, maybe some kind of portal, who knows. However, he was stopped and killed by Noble Team. But was this elite onto something? What if he did find this specific artifact or ship or whatever? And what if John and others actually make this discovery themselves by returning to the iconic planet Reach? And if they find a foreigner population, wouldn't they have a bigger chance at tinkering with the domain to finding a weakness in Cortana? And the reason why this theory is probably as solid as it is that this mysterious capital was built around a precursor AI who helped the Foreigners connect to the domain. So perhaps this place is a way to fight Cortana, to connect to the domain, and maybe somehow face her in the domain and take her out of power. It's exciting to think about what will happen here when she actually discovers their plan, if this is their plan, so I'm very eager to see what happens. What do you guys think? Alternately, this idea may have actually been more or less changed, right? The foreigner capital to something that was actually legitimately foreshadowed and had a ton of Easter eggs in the most recent Halo game, Halo 5. So on Genesis, during the campaign, during the gameplay, we can find audio logs that reveal a builder is trying to get back to this mysterious, strange place that is known as Bastion. I've talked about it before, but perhaps it is a surviving population of foreigners. Yeah, a surviving population of foreigners. And the crazy thing is that it's still there. It was described as a planet-sized foreigner installation capable of moving through slip space even after the deployment of the Halo array. Probably much like Requiem, right? In Halo 5, the builder accessed the domain while Cortana and Warden Eternal were distracted with, all their crazy stuff, and managed to confirm that his home, Bastion, still existed. That's crazy, right? Are there still foreigners still alive? And what do they think about this? I mean, they might kind of be a little bit perturbed, a little bit disturbed that Cortana, this rampant AI, has caused so much chaos, right? Then again, they haven't apparently stepped out and tried to help people before, when the galaxy was almost destroyed two times before then. But this might actually be the time that they might help Master Chief and the others if they actually make contact with them. And Bastion might actually be a legitimate location or have some kind of significance, even if we don't go there, some kind of relevancy to Halo 6's story and plot. What do you guys think? Is that possible? What would Master Chief do if he actually got there? How would it look in the cutscenes? Use your imagination. I want to hear it down in the comments below. The ultimate conclusion here is that, yeah, some of these ideas, at least to me, seem like it would be really cool in Halo 6, but we're not really sure what will happen. And more we guess, more likely chance that something we're saying will snap, or some theories with different theories might actually click, and we might discover something fucking crazy. So please, if you have ideas, if you have theories, let me know down in the comments below. What did you think about this video? Do you have any theories? And for me, I think 3 for 3 has planned for Chief to become something very important in the Halo universe, as he is already, right? Maybe he might be the new holder of the mantle of responsibility, right? As humanity was always the ones destined to have that privilege, even by the ancient precursors. It was never the created that was meant for the, reclamation. It was rather humanity that was purposed for the mantle of responsibility, right? Master Chief, after all, has connections to the Isodidact, and you can learn all about that in Master Chief's Darkest Secret, or Master Chief's Darkest Secret versus Cortana. Basically, they cover the same thing, but I would suggest the latter, which you can watch at the end of this video. I leave a link to it. And it explains a lot as to why Master Chief might actually be connected to the Isodidact, which was the foreigner that originally fired the Halo rings. And yeah, so perhaps Master Chief may trade places with Cortana to some extent. Who knows? But I can see how many people would hate that, maybe, because at the end of the day, Master Chief isn't really an angel saint, he's a badass soldier. At least that's how many of us perceive him as, but maybe the best way for him to die is to die like a soldier during the battlefield and during something that really means something to him, like stopping Cortana from eradicating life. So anyways, guys, what do you think about this? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your theories and any thoughts you've had during this video. And what do you think of the next big hunt theory? How do you think that will all play out? And how will Master Chief evade Cortana and actually confront her? How will the heroes actually be able to defeat Cortana as well as the Flood, or will they not? Let me know down in the comments. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. You have a beautiful day and a beautiful week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.